Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Northside Talks Podcast, Episode 7. Sports Skyler Gonzalez, joined by none other than Pressure Made Manu. How's it going, bro?
Pow, pow, pow. I'm good, bro. Feel like icy today, bro. I got my ice water. You know it hit different, bro.
You got
It
your
hit
water
different.
bottles and ice, bro. I have my water bottles in the same little package it comes in from Costco, and it just sits there. It doesn't go in the fridge, it just sits there, bro.
Wait, really? Like temperature water? Like room temperature?
Room temperature, and it's not even by my own choice. Sometimes just by laziness, bro. Like, remember when I first started getting
Yeah.
these water bottles? I used to pick a few of them up, put them in the fridge or whatever. Now, bro, they just sit in the package, and they think. I know my mom's gonna watch it. She's gonna be mad at me. She's like, "Why do you drink out of plastic water bottles and da 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 whatever?" And it's like the thing is too. Like, I have one of these metal ones, but it's like, fam, I gotta wash it and everything like that. It's
It's
just
too
too
much
much work
work.
sometimes. This is just quicker to grab. So, yeah. But
I feel you.
nevertheless, action packed episodes today. A lot to talk about. Basketball, soccer particularly. We'll start the show off with some basketball. And we were talking right before the episode started. Giannis, man. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis for MVP. Like, I know
Yeah,
both of
man.
us were on record, bro, saying Tatum's our early
They
pick
team.
for MVP and whatever. And I feel like, there's still a world where that can happen. But I feel like if we go by the true definition of an MVP, bro, I don't see why
Uh,
it can't be honest. Like, what do you think? What's your take on what you've been seeing from Giannis this season and how they've been doing?
Hugo. You know that's his name? That's his Nigerian name.
Yeah,
Hugo,
yeah,
fam.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what they call him. Yeah, bro. He had
yeah,
a whole movie. I watched it, bro. It was kind of
yeah.
nice. It was nice. But um bro, Giannis has been my like when you ask me who's the best player in the world right now, I know a lot of people say Jokic and I get that, but my pick is Giannis because on both ends of the ball, when I look at the game, I feel like he has the most impact and he's the most dominant. Once Giannis gets into the paint, it's over. But this year, what he's actually done is expanded to the mid range. Like he's second for mid range like percentage in the league behind DeRozan. So that
Mm-hmm.
says so, and he's shooting them like today. I was watching the game too. He hit like 8 mid range like shots, and it was like, yo, this guy, he's like on a roll with it. So it's kind of like I feel like if he keeps doing that and he gets consistent, might be unstoppable, bro.
That's what I mean, bro. And that's
Yeah,
that Hakeem work. He's working with Hakeem at least last off season. I feel like he was doing it for a few seasons now, low key. But I feel
yeah,
like that's been the thing everybody wanted to see from Giannis. To be honest, see if he can expand his range. Because obviously, like, you're not gonna be a freak athlete forever. You know what I mean? At some point, you're
yeah.
gonna have to add a jump shot to a degree. And I feel like, yeah, like you said, adding the mid range for him. Because now guys can't just sit in the paint no more, or sit under the basket. Like they
Exactly.
actually, I seen a clip. I don't remember who they were playing. The man had a little hezzy coming down the court. I was like, whoa, you
No,
know what I mean? Because before people are falling
the
for that, they're
handle's
like,
kind of
Giannis, you ain't shooting the ball, so no one's gonna go for it.
yeah.
Now people really have to step up, and he still has that first step. That's like, because the thing is, it's crazy. He's not even like he's fast, but it's because his strides are so big. You know what I mean? It's not like he's moving, like his body's not moving fast, but he takes two dribbles from half court and then he's under the basket now, and it's just you're too unstoppable. Because, like you say, for MVP, Milwaukee's kind of dug themselves out of that hole that they were in at the
Yeah.
start of the season, bro.
Another
I
thing.
was just looking right now. They're in the fifth seed, so they're a bona fide playoff team. If it ended today, they're 10-9. They got a positive record. I think they have a 7 game win streak. They won 9 of their last 10 games. You know what I mean? So it's like, and Giannis has been balling
Legit.
all throughout. Like Dame's obviously still been doing his thing. Like I'm not saying it's just Giannis, but
But sometimes he's out. He be hurt a
yeah.
little. I ain't gonna. But
But more often than not, when I'm watching the games, or if you just look at the box score of the thing, a lot of times you're seeing Giannis have 30 some points with like 12
yeah,
rebounds or whatever. I'm pretty sure he's still leading the NBA right now in scoring, which is crazy.
yeah,
So shoot, I don't know. I think there's a real world where, like, say Denver, because right now Denver's where, damn, see, Denver's in ninth in the West. So like, I feel like if Milwaukee keep going at their pace and whatever, the stars align for them to be, say they're the 2-3 seed in the East, and
yeah.
Giannis is still that guy, and Denver kind of gets into the playoffs, not as the 1 seed, but just as, just a playoff team. I don't
Mhm.
know, bro. I feel like Giannis could be that guy that gets his MVP. What's that? That would be his third one? Third MVP?
Yeah, third MVP.
Third MVP and then shoot.
'Cause uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
but
So
I mean, I feel like they're missing Middleton too. I think that's gonna help a lot. To be honest, I feel like that's another scorer. I feel like the fact that he can shoot now, the defense kind of has to spread out more because they have to come forward so people can cut to the back. You know, Bobby Portis, AJ Wilson. Like I think those guys are doing a good job. AC Green, shooters like that. I feel like they did a good job also putting like shooters around him.
mm,
You know, I don't know, but I feel like Tatum. It's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be Celtics, Milwaukee, Eastern Conference. I think that's gonna tell us who's who really in the league, fam. Because I feel like the eye test is gonna tell us Giannis is just too dominant, you know. But I
yeah,
think Tatum might win. I feel like this year, if he really wants to be a guy, he has to be the main guy.
yeah.
I think he knows that. And now KP's back. They're low key. They're kind of because now JB kind of got hurt. But once they kind of start, because that first game they played all together, they slapped the team by like 30. It was
Mm,
scary, scary stuff. Because now you got Pritchard shooting. You got people you didn't even account for
yeah,
before.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like who do you leave open, man?
They're deep, bro. They have a legit definition of like a championship roster, bro. Like not even just like
Facts.
championship
Yeah.
duo, whatever it is. But just because you said it, I want to ask you just to see because I'm not sure. So I agree with you saying Tatum wants to be the MVP. He has to be the man. Do you think Tatum trying to be the man can actually hurt Boston? Because that's the whole point that makes Boston scary is that you can get 25 over here, you can get 30 over here, you can get 20 over here, you can get 15 and 11 over here. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
their whole conglomeration of players. Do you feel like if Jason Tatum just tried to be the guy on the team, it would hurt them in the grand scheme of things or no?
Feel like if Tatum was Kobe, I'd say yes, but he's not naturally
Hold on.
stubborn like that.
Hold on. We need
He
some
kind of
backstory for this because you be hating on Kobe low key.
no, I don't. I don't. I'm saying Kobe is stubborn though. Cause like Kobe's the type of guy you're not gonna tell him that, fam. Cause he's the guy, and there's nothing like there's no discussion. This discussion isn't happening with Kobe. You know, it's just not. But Tatum is like, I feel like if he starts going crazy and it's hurting the team, he's the type of guy to be like, what am I doing? You know, look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
himself in the mirror and be like, yo, this is not. We won already playing this better basketball. My individual stuff, I feel like Tatum plays the right way.
yeah.
He's more like not like LeBron, but he's kind of like LeBron in that way where like he's not gonna put his individual self over the team. You
He's
know,
not forcing
Kobe thought
shots.
he was the team. Yeah, Kobe was like, it's me, man.
No,
What do
yeah,
you
yeah.
mean? You feel me? But and JB, I feel like is more of that dog. I feel like they have enough veterans to
Mm.
be like calm him down for him to listen. And Missoula's like a genius coach. Like he's gonna come up with a saying or say some shit like, "Yo, it's all
Yeah,
about the team. No I
yeah.
without no win without an I." Like I don't know some next shit. And they're all gonna be like, "Yo, what is that? Ah, let's
There's
hoop.
no I in
Screw
team.
it." Yeah, something like that. You feel me? It's gonna inspire the troops or something. So
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about that.
I hear
What
you.
do you think,
I'm
bro?
not gonna lie to you. I feel like I don't know. I feel like for him to be the guy, he has to try to be the guy. Now I don't know if it's gonna hurt the Celtics. I feel like it could, depending on how things are going. Because all of a sudden now maybe JB's taking 15 shots instead of 20. You know what I
No.
mean? Because now you're just taking up everything. But I feel like more than anything, he has to try to be the guy just because of how they're built. You know what I mean? Like they're not really built to have a standalone superstar just because they
Yeah.
have everybody.
No.
You know what I mean? And I hear your point with Milwaukee and Boston maybe being the teams in the East, but I mean we were also talking before that. But so sorry, bro. The Knicks are hooping like they're no. Let's be honest now, because the Big
That's a
Bodega
dark
is
horse.
going crazy.
Yeah,
That
nah,
man's
facts.
hooping. He's getting
That's a dark
disrespectful.
horse.
I don't know if you saw the highlight from earlier tonight. He was, you know how I think there's two pictures I think with Towns in the post. The first one when he was trying to post up Boogie and like he's making that face or whatever. And I think there was another one. I don't remember who, but basically
That's
there
a
was
classic meme.
there was about to be a third variation or another variation of that meme because he tried to put Franz Wagner in the post, and I feel like
France is not like that, fam.
no, but I think it was more so
Strong.
like if I find the clip, I'll put it up. But basically, like I think Franz kind of, when you're in the post, you throw your shoulder into the guy's chest. So Franz expected, so he kind of like, not shoved him, but like, just more aggressive, getting him off his block kind of thing. And he looked at the ref, like he kind of just like, when people get pissed and they're hooping, kind of just slouched back, like still dribbling, keeping his dribble alive. Looked at the ref and then hit a little turnaround jumper. I was like, whoa, that was a little cold. And then this guy had a little Jason Williams moment. I don't know what the heck he was doing. At the top of the three, dude had a crossover, put it behind his.
We should review his highlights, fam.
We should review his highlights. I can't lie to you, but the guy put the ball. I don't know what he did. He was a little crossover, put the ball under one of his legs, and then just dashed it to. I think it was Mikal Bridges in the corner or whatever, and did the little spin around after Jason. Jason Williams used to do that, where he'd fire some pass over and do a little spin.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, who are you feeling like right now? But as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure they won by like 30 or something like that. I was just looking at the scores earlier. They ended up winning by 15, but at one point they were up by 30. And it's like, they'd be putting up numbers. They gave Denver like 145 last week, I think. They gave someone else 138. Like, it looks like a damn 2K simulation when you watch their box score, bro. They be hooping. They're figuring it out a little bit because, so that might be a dark horse, like you said, heading into the East, but.
Because they're deep too, and they have the perfect like size combo. They have guys like Anunoby, Mikal Bridges that could really play defense, and that,
Josh Hart too.
and they can score.
Yeah.
Josh Hart too, and they can score. Anunoby could go get you 20, 25, so can Mikal Bridges. And now you have Cat, who's like, I feel like the fact that he was traded from the Timberwolves is kind of a blessing in disguise, because he started saying already, he's been saying, I'm the best shooter big man of all time. When you say things like that, bro, there's certain expectations that you're putting on yourself. I think he was aware of that. I think he thought he could have done it with the Timberwolves, but now that he got traded, it kind of added fuel to that fire. Yeah. And I feel like now he looks at it like, I'm in a bigger market. I could do better than what I was doing before. And now I know that I have to have that dog because I'm playing for New York. Yeah. There's a certain, aura that comes with that. And I feel like for him too, it's kind of a perfect storm now, because he's rebounding and he's scoring, and that's all they need him to do.
It's crazy because you brought up the whole trade thing, bro. The trade. I mean, we said it, I think, when it happened or whatever. It was a dumb
weird.
Trade for me. That's a horrible.
I would have never done that. I would have never done that.
Did you see what Ant was saying after? I don't remember what game it was. It was after a loss. But basically, he didn't rip into the team, but he basically just called them a bunch of kids. He called everybody a bunch of kids. They were playing like a bunch of kids. We're not listening to the coaches. We're trying to do this, that, and the third when that's not what the game plan is supposed to be. Like, he visibly looks pissed, bro. And I don't think it was the exact same night. Maybe it was. It might have been the same week anyways. I don't know if you saw the clip from, I don't know who. Oh, they were playing the Raptors. And I think it might have been playing. And Rudy got that 3 seconds. That 3-second violation. Did you see that? There was a possession. I think it was near the end of the game or so. If I find it, I'll put it up. But Julius Randle had the ball on like the wing, sort of, or like the top, anyways, whatever. And Rudy came across from the left side of the key to the right side of the key, but to post up like Scotty, I think. And he had Scotty sealed, to be honest. Julius Randle could have passed him the ball because he had Scotty sealed. But at the end of the day, it's Rudy Gobert. Like, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful to Rudy Gobert, but like, bro, you're not really a threat on offense like that. And then even if you want to argue, 7 feet tall, whatever, Scotty's like 6'10" or whatever the heck he is, bro. Scotty's not a slouch. There you go. See what I'm saying? But yeah, he had Scotty sealed. Julius Randle was looking at him and basically just told him like, yo, move. Like, no, I'm not passing to you kind of thing. Like, there was really no reason for him to do that. Because I don't know who was guarding Julius Randle, but he more or less had him kind of on an island, kind of. And instead of just exiting the paint on the side that Rudy went to, he ended up walking back to the other side of the paint, and he got a 3-second violation. Now, the whole time, Scotty, Scotty talks. He's from Florida. He's yelling at the ref like he's counting for the 3 seconds kind of thing. So the refs can't ignore it at that point. You know what I mean? Gave him 3 seconds, and Ant was giving it to him on the way back, like walking back on defense, like. I don't know what he was saying to him. I'm not no lip reader, but ripping into him basically because it was a stupid play. It was near the end of the game, I believe, and I'm pretty sure we ended up winning that game too or something like that. So it's just not looking good over there in Minnesota, bro. I don't know. It was a stupid trade. I feel like, especially now in New York doing better, and Minnesota still sputtering. They're like 11th right now, or something like that. From what I've seen before, I think they're 11th in the West. And it's like, bro, this is a team that you're hoping that can get to the finals. You know what I mean? Heading into this season or conference finals at least. Now it's like, bro, are we even gonna make the playoffs? Are we gonna make the playoffs, or are we gonna be a play-in team, or what are we doing?
Hmm. Whose fault is that? Nah, I think it might just be the West when I think about it. The West is too deep.
The West is
Like
crazy.
it's hard to predict really like NBA games outside of maybe like Celtics games. It's
Yeah,
hard to predict who you think is gonna win. You know, it could go either way any night.
yeah, and it's weird because it's like I think we talked about it. I don't remember what episode it was or whatever, but like, bro, Minnesota were really blessed. Like, you drafted Anthony Edwards and you drafted Karl Anthony Towns. So not only did you draft two superstars, well, superstar, and I'll call Cat like an all-star star player, whatever. But
Yeah,
they
he could get
also
there though.
got along, bro. Like, they were boys.
Yeah.
There was no like arguing with the ball kind of thing. They were on the same page, and you went and flipped one of them for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, and it's like, why? You know what I mean? There's just no need for you to go and do that. But obviously, like, they say hindsight is 2020 all the time, but I feel like even at the time of that, people could have
Even
said
at
like,
the
bro, that
time,
was a
fam.
dumb
Yeah.
trade. You know what I mean?
Unless they didn't want to pay him, like that's the only thing I could think
And
of
like,
because it might get expensive. But do you want to win or do you want to make money? You
that's
know.
what I mean. Like, and then even if that is the case where you're pressed about money, bro, cut ties with somebody else. Cut ties with Rudy. I don't care. Like, I understand Rudy's a big part of your defensive scheme and whatever,
Got
but
ties with Rudy.
but brother, no one's gonna be that hard done by if you move on from Rudy, bro. Like, I don't know. Maybe I come off as a
Yo,
Rudy hater.
Skyler, you don't like, yeah, I was got to say, man. You're the one that don't like Rudy, man. You're a Rudy Gobert hater, man.
Bro, I think that guy's such an overrated defender, bro. I seen a I
Really?
seen a I seen a I seen a TikTok the other day.
Skyler, you can't say that,
No,
fam.
no, no, bro. I seen a TikTok the other
He
day,
has
and it
like
was
three
talking.
defensive players.
But why though? I don't understand why, bro. The guy I seen a TikTok the other day, and it was something like, it was a little compilation of like all the best 1v1s in basketball, whatever. Why did Rudy get cooked 4 times, bro, or 3 times, whatever it is? That's the DPO. That's supposed to be one of the greatest defensive players of this generation. Steph makes him look like a
Skyler.
fool every time. Chris Paul makes him look like a fool every time. Like, come on, man. Like, this isn't.
Yeah, but those are point guards, you know. He's more of like a rim protector. He's one
And
of the
that's
best rim protectors, you know.
that's fine. You
But
could
shot,
you could be a rim
it's not.
protector, but it's like,
Yeah,
that's not what we need today. Like, I don't see Giannis getting twisted around like that. That's not like, Giannis is the prototypical defender that you want on your team now, because he guards 1 through 4. He can guard 1 through 5. Rudy would have been a great defensive player in like the 90s, the 80s, when that was the game. But now it's like, brother, you're a liability now. It doesn't. I don't see it. I don't see it. People can get at me with that, but I've never been a
really.
fan
But
of
I
Rudy Gobert.
think it's like his shot that he alters that are really like staggering. I think it's like one of those things where like he's a menace inside, fam. That's all. And I don't even like the guy. I'm gonna be honest. I can't believe I'm defending the guy. But also, Giannis is like 6'11". Rudy's like 7'2". Giannis is not normal, by the way. Like seven
Oh yeah,
footers don't
yeah,
move like that. So
yeah,
it's kind of like, it's a little unfair to compare. Rudy is more of your standard 7 footer. And even him, he's kind of mobile for a 7 footer, but he's just not Giannis, fam. He's not what we're accustomed to because like these things that we see are not normal. That's why they're like unicorns.
yeah, yeah,
That's why they're like defensive player of the year and MVP in the same year. Like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
take that in,
yeah.
like his historic shit, but. I don't know, Rudy. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, he's not a perimeter guy, fam. And these are all points. Steph Curry is elusive to anybody, fam. That's
Yeah,
hard to
but
guard.
that's the point. That's the game now. The game is those high pick and rolls where, yeah, you're gonna have to switch, because if you drop, Steph is out here inspiring the nation to shoot threes from 40 feet and lacing them, and it's like, bro, rim protect all you want, bro. But if I seen a possession the other day, not possession, I seen a little sequence. It was a Lakers game. It might have been the Lakers in Phoenix. I want to say it was the Lakers in Phoenix, bro. It was like a 2-minute sequence of like just threes. There was one layup. Everything else was threes, and it's like, what is my rim protector gonna do for that, bro? You know what I mean? What are you gonna rim protect from? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. You're a good rim protector, but that's just not the shot that teams are looking for nowadays.
So who would you give it to? Like, do you like Jaren Jackson? I know he was won it a few times.
Jaren
But
Jackson
like,
won it. Like I already said, I think Giannis is the prototypical defender that teams would want because he can
okay,
do all of that. Back when he was
damn,
healthy, and actually playing, Kawhi was that guy because he used to do everything defensively. Um,
bro, who?
I can't keep doing that, bro.
Bro, that I still play.
I
We
would
haven't
even
seen Kawhi.
I would even go as far as giving it to Anthony Davis nowadays before I
God,
give it to Rudy Gobert. Just because,
those
like,
days.
because Anthony
Skyler.
Davis he's more mobile than Rudy, and he doesn't get twisted up. Like I'm not saying that's a perfect example. Rim protector. He doesn't do that much on the perimeter, but he's not that much of a liability, bro. Like there's certain guys, bro. Someone like Peyton Pritchard might get switched on to Rudy on the perimeter, and guess what he's gonna
Oh,
do?
God.
He's gonna start licking his chops, saying, "Thank goodness I have a big cone in front of me right now," because the guy can't do nothing out there. He's just stranded. I don't know, man. That guy's
This
overrated
guy,
to me,
man.
but I digress. That's my take. I'll die on that hill too, bro.
That's
Um,
crazy.
but keeping it out west, bro. I don't know how much you want to talk about it, but LeBron James, what's going on? This hurts my case too. I was just having a spirited debate with my pops the other day, talking about LeBron's the GOAT or whatever. Fam, 0 for how 0 for too many from three lately. The playmaking's always gonna be there. Rebounding's always
Damn, I
gonna
can't
be there,
believe
kind of thing.
I'm
You know,
hating on Brown right now.
we're not hating on Braun. We're just making an observation of what we've been seeing from LeBron. Because the last episode we were saying how whatever. When is he gonna regress and this that, and the third? Yo, we might have jinxed him low key. Damn.
Nah, it's not like us, fam. It happened ever since he was vibing to like I think it's Squabble Up or a song by Kendrick. And every
See,
time he's been playing,
that's
I
what it
gotta
is,
find my
bro.
next conspiracy.
Bro, his last five games, last 4 games, 5 games. 0 for 4 from 3, 0 for 9 from 3, 0 for 4 from 3, 0 for 2 from 3. 4 games. Golly. Game before that, 2 for 7 from 3. Man.
Listen, Brown's still going it. Just
No, I
I
mean,
don't
it's
know.
noted, like, it should be noted that, like, his final counting stats were good. It just comes from,
There's no threes.
you know what I mean? It's just the efficiency part. Like, he had 27, 5, and 14 the other night. He had a 16, 10, and 11 triple-double in that sequence. You know what I mean? Like, it's still, LeBron is still LeBron. The guy's 40 years old or whatever it is. So, he was going to have to regress at some
Yeah,
point a little bit. But I think no one would have a problem with his numbers if it wasn't for that amount, that volume of threes that he's taking and missing. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
at the
But
same time, I understand why he be taking that many threes because it's like, bro, you don't want to have to go down and bang every possession now. You know what I mean? Especially at this age.
exactly.
But
And it's probably not their system, you know? They probably just need AD in there. You guys stay on the perimeter.
yeah,
And then, I mean, as long as they're winning, I feel like it's just a slump. Like, I don't think this is like the new norm for LeBron. I don't think this is like a Westbrook moment. You feel me? Like,
holy
this
this.
is regular stats. Like, if you told me this was Russell Westbrook stats, I'd be like, sounds about right. You feel me? But this is LeBron. You feel me? LeBron gonna bounce back. Like, LeBron good. You feel me?
Yeah. I don't think there's. I feel like the only time I'd ever be concerned about his performance dipping is if he like had some injury, heaven forbid, or he's coming back from an injury and he's just not. You know what I mean? Because that's the stuff you see happen with like a
Yeah.
lot of these other guys, where like Kobe, for example, he was still hooping and picked up whatever injury, Achilles injury, this that, and the third, and then it was just like a steep decline after that. As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
LeBron's not really carrying no crazy knock. I feel like it's just a shooting slump, so we'll figure it out. But other side of LA, we were talking about him a little bit before. James Harden, bro. James
Hey,
Harden, the system's working
hey,
right now for him, bro. He's
hey.
going crazy. I mean,
Oh,
I don't know how many. There you go. See, I don't know what people's expectations were of the Clippers really going into this season because it's like you lost Paul George, Kawhi's on. I don't know what Kawhi's on. Kawhi's on something, but
bro, bro, nah, I gotta listen. Listen. It's so bad we don't even get reports on Kawhi no more. Like, do you know what's going on
yeah,
with
I
Kawhi?
don't know. I didn't
I
know what's
don't.
going on Kawhi the whole season, brother. I have no clue. No
He's
clue.
just sitting in the stands watching free basketball.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what it is, but in that time, bro, James Harden's been. I don't want to. I don't want to say turning back the clock to what he was before, but he's been. He has no problem running his own offense. You know what I mean? That's what he
He's
was
been
doing in his
cooking.
prime with Houston. That's how he's been getting down. Norman Powell's been stepping up huge for them. I thought
Yeah,
Norman Powell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought he would have flamed out by now.
really.
Like a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I knew he always had it
Yeah,
in
he's
him.
6'4",
Yeah.
undersized. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I would have thought he would have flamed out a little bit, but the guy's averaging 23 and a half points per game. 49% from
That's,
three, 49% from the field. Like, guys, hooping.
you know what's funny? I seen that guy once, bro. I went to the Raptors basketball academy, and I even won like player of like the camp or whatever, you know.
Mm.
So then I got to like chill with him, take picture and stuff. You know what? When I told my dumbass, said, I told that man, "Yo, I'll see you in the league, fam. I'll see you in the league." And looking back at it, he just looked at me.
He's like, all right, kid.
You knew I wasn't going to the league. Just thinking about it, it's like, man, what was I thinking? Man? I would say it with so much confidence too. Like,
Yeah,
I
you know
actually
those
believe
moments where
that,
you're
you
a
know?
little motivated, bro. You know what I mean? That's just how it
Oh,
goes.
man. And for the Clippers, shout out Zubac too.
Yeah,
Zubac. That guy, that's why I feel like Harden is playing so well because he has a big
for
and
sure.
he's used to that, like playing Capella, you know,
Hmm.
at part two.
For sure. I feel like you can get a good role man that you can work
Yeah,
well with in that pick and roll scenario and everything like that, bro. Yeah, it makes everything so much easier because I feel like a lot of Harden's offense is coming off of like screens. You know what I mean? Like
facts.
that's the main
Yeah.
set of it, anyways. And
Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, shoot, they've been hooping. He's been single handedly keeping them a little. I don't want to say single handedly, as we just shouted out Norman Powell and Zubox and everything like that, but keeping them afloat. You know what I mean? Keeping them way more relevant, keeping them in a good place so that maybe if Kawhi comes back at some point and he's still hooping the way he's he's still competent. They're at a good place where they can, be a interesting team kind of thing. You know what I mean? Be a nice little fun team to look at and whatever for people to get behind and you know whatever the case is. I don't know. I don't like the face you're pulling, bro. You're not going for any of that.
Just kidding. Kawhi, come on, fam. It's the same, fam. It's the same story, different year, fam. Come on. At this point, I wish I could bet on Kawhi, fam. How many games he won't play? I'd make so much money. Just with none of them, fam. He's not playing. We won't see
Bro,
Kawhi until the end of June, fam, and it'll be on a boat somewhere chilling. Like,
that's
come
what I'm
on,
saying. I don't
fam. We
know,
don't see
bro,
Kawhi.
because they be I don't know. There's some guys where I heard this about what did they call him when he was on the Raptors? Primo Pasta, Andrea Bargnani. I'd
Oh
heard they
yeah,
I was watching. I
I
don't know if you
remember.
ever watched that podcast. Have you ever watched Carmelo Anthony's podcast, bro? 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, I think is what it's
Yeah,
called. I was watching the
yeah,
episode with
yeah, me
Iman
too. I know
Shumpert.
what you're talking.
Yeah, he was saying how like when he was on the Knicks, when they were all on the Knicks together or whatever, he's saying that boy used to sit out for anything. You know
Every
what I mean?
time.
Like any type of little injury. And I feel like, I don't know if that's the case with Kawhi. I feel like people straight up just don't even know. I feel like people on the team don't even know
Yeah,
why
what's
Kawhi is
going on?
not on the court. You know what I mean? Or why he's not doing anything. And I don't even know the extent to what it is. Like, are you working out still? I would assume he's still he's not getting fat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but I don't know. So yeah, who knows, bro? Who knows if it's something serious that people should stop laughing about or whatever. Or I don't know. But
yeah, yeah.
sticking with the West, this doesn't have to be a big talking point, but we were talking about it a little bit before in Utah Lakers game, closing out the game. I'll put the clip up or whatever. Colin Sexton had the ball. I don't know what the coaching staff was looking at. I don't know what they were doing, but Colin Sexton had the ball to close out. It would have been the final possession of the game. I think he drove. I think he came around from like the right side or something like that. I ended up driving down the lane with the left. They called a timeout, but he was in stride already to make the layup. Made the layup, and I think they would have won. Oh, they would have won the game, I think, by like 1 point or 2 points, whatever. There was like 1 point something seconds left on the clock, and they called a timeout. So now the basket doesn't count. Now we gotta go again, whatever. And because that's the other thing too. They call a timeout. You call a timeout. There's only 1.6 seconds left. So now it's like, what do you want us to do? It's our ball, but what do you want us to do about it now? You know what I mean? So I don't know what happened after that, but the Lakers ended up winning that game. I think 105-104. What I checked. So y'all just blew a game right there. And obviously, Utah's one of those teams that are tanking. Try to capture the flag is what people like to say. You know what I mean? But is that the way to do it, brother? Like, is that the extent we're going to? That shameless kind of basketball, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of shameless. I'm not gonna lie. That's too far, bro. But
That's what I'm saying.
you gotta
Cause
do what you gotta do, man.
you flip the script to the Raptors, bro. The Raptors are like the most ethically, you know what I mean? The most just
No, bro.
ethically sound tanking basketball team right now. Like every game's a close game. Shoot, I damn near feel like we're winning too many games nowadays. You know what I mean? We need to pump the brakes a little bit. We used to be down there in the trenches. Now we're up there 13th. We're like, you know what I mean? Philly's noticeably worse than us now. Washington's way worse than us now. It's like, whoa. You know what I mean? I pump the brakes a little bit. Lose some games. Scotty's been hooping. RJ's been hooping. The team in general has been doing good. Jacoby Walter's been hooping. But I don't know, bro. What do you think of how, realistically, let's say we weren't trying to tank. Where do you think the Raptors would be if we were really trying to play every single game and really trying? I'm not saying they're not trying to do that, but I think they definitely try more in games to give certain players more room to, develop and everything like that. That's why you see certain guys playing a lot of minutes when maybe we'd be riding the hot hand a little bit more with like RJ or something, whatever it is. What do you think? Where would the Raptors be if everybody was healthy?
I feel like we can make the playoffs. Like I feel like we can make a push, but
Like play in or
playing with
playoffs?
juggernauts, playoffs.
For
If
real?
ever,
The East sucks, so I mean,
yeah,
maybe.
that's what I'm saying. Who's the last team in the East? I could have been, but I'm saying like if everything went well, because I feel like what we're seeing now is kind of like with the league, you need continuity, right? Like at the start of the season, you kind of expect all these guys to just gel together and it to just magically work. Like the Milwaukee Bucks are kind of catching the stride now. Now the Raptors, I feel like are getting better. Scotty Barnes is back. I feel like that's gonna help. I feel like Barnes and Bear is a good duo to have. I feel like I don't know about Grady Dick. I'll be honest.
For
I
real,
like
I'm
I
a
like
fan, bro. I'm a fan.
bro. He doesn't have the wingspan to defend.
Bro,
That's gonna hurt, fam. That's gonna hurt. Trust me, that's gonna
I
hurt.
hear you.
Cause the Raptors could be the Knicks.
I hear
The
you.
length, the size, the.
Yeah,
But Grady Dick is like a wrench in him. Cause Pirtle's good. He can hold his own. Like honestly, I've been surprised myself. But Grady Dick, man, defensively, man,
I hear
that's a
you.
cone.
But I feel, but I
That's a
feel like
cone.
they have the pieces around him to mitigate that, like to kind of hide that weakness a little bit more. You have like I think pretty much everyone else on the team is more that's a plus defender. You know what I mean? Or not? I don't want to go as far as saying a plus defender for everybody, but not someone that you're gonna pinpoint and be like, yeah, you know what? We'll take our chances over here. And I feel like given the fact that Grady might be the only guy that teams kind of headhunt a little bit when they have the ball to kind of isolate him a little bit more, I think we have enough guys to kind of help him out in that case. But offensively, I'm a fan of Grady Dick, bro, because
Yeah.
earlier on in the season when it was just him and RJ, I was surprised because Grady was hooping. The guy boy was putting up some 30 some points per game in the last however many games, whatever it was. Like he had back to back games where he like
Yeah.
set his career high and broke his career high, whatever it was. So he was shooting, especially for the Raptors, bro. Like we need shooters. He's one of the better 3-point shooters that we've had in recent times, anyways. Whatever since since we started sputtering and trying to rebuild and whatever, whatever. So I'm a fan, bro. So now if we could pick up, it doesn't have to be Cooper Flag, but from what I've heard, like Ace Bailey's the other name. I don't know what his projections
Yeah.
looking like. The highlights I've seen of him is good. I'm not gonna act like I watch every Rutgers game or any Rutgers games. Um, Dylan Harper looks like he's supposed to be something also as a point guard. So who knows, bro? This is supposed to be a good draft class. I feel like we add the right pieces because that's the thing too. I find the Raptors don't really like. I find they don't try to draft the popular name. I feel like a lot of times they just try to draft for fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it kind of works, doesn't it? Like
It
Chris
works.
Boucher of the
Yeah.
bench, like
I
they
feel like
figured it out, fam.
they do that. I don't remember what it was on or something like that, but they're saying that the Raptors are good with like second draft players, like guys that
Scouting and recruiting. Yeah,
yeah,
like the
yeah. So I feel like regardless of where we get a pick in this draft, I feel like until you see it and until you see that it's bad, you can't really, you know what I mean? You can't think that. You gotta always kind of be positive. I feel like if you're a Raptors fan or something like that, because they always kind of figure something out that'll make it work at the deadline or whatever. So that's that. But moving on, footy wise, I know both of our teams have pretty big weeks this week. We can start with Madrid, bro. How are you feeling about Real Madrid now? Kind of strung some wins together, more or less in La Liga and
Yeah,
everything like that. It's not as grim as it was looking maybe a few. What was that last week? Champions League against Liverpool. It's
yeah.
not as dark as those days no more when Mbappe is missing
And
penalties
Milan.
and everything
Uh,
like that. But yeah, how are you feeling, bro?
I mean, I'm happy. I mean, Rodrigo's coming back. I feel like we lost Vinny. That hurts. That always hurts.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new revelation on defense, Asensio. I think he's here to stay. I think what you were talking about, the new Ramos.
Mm.
It might be. It's too early to say all that. It's too early. Let's pump the brakes a
I've been
little
hearing
bit.
people say that
But
though.
we
I
see
don't
the
know.
potential. We see the potential. We see the energy. So I like that. And Bellingham has been scoring. I feel like Mbappe, it's all a matter of time. I just wish we had the whole squad so we could actually see what this team looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that we got Asensio. But the thing is, when they asked Ancelotti, Ancelotti in the press conference, he was kind of like, "Oh, but we have Militao, so obviously when he comes back,"
Mm.
and I was kind of like, "Bro, I get it, bro, but
I
when
don't.
you find someone like that, and especially a young player, maybe you should nurture it a bit, you know? Why
Yeah,
not?"
I don't. I wouldn't put too much into that because didn't Militao do his ACL again?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's
That's
like
true.
he's gone for the season
He'll be out
anyway.
for a
So
minute. Yeah.
it's kind of that
Yeah.
kid's spot to lose at this point, as much as it can be for you being a young player coming in. But yeah, man, as far as Mbappe goes, I feel like we've always said it. It's just a confidence thing. His confidence must have been shattered after the Liverpool thing, and it's one of those things where like everyone's gonna get on him for that. But
Yeah.
it's like, brother, first, like I understand it's a penalty, I get it, but it's
Yeah.
not like it's not like he shanked the penalty and he missed the goal. Like to me,
Like Salah.
you see
Because
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
same game, Mo Salah did but he completely missed
This is
the.
what I'm saying. So it's like I feel like if you're taking a penalty and you miss the goal, as a fan, fans can be mad at you now for that because you missed the whole goal. But if it just gets saved, like, fam, what do you want me to do,
Yeah.
bro? Like, the keeper's guessing, I'm guessing, like, whatever, whatever. That's what kills me when people try to do that little Panenka thing. They just little chip the ball into the middle of the goal. If it works and the keeper dives, everyone's like, oh my God, so much composure and da da da, whatever, whatever. Let it get saved. Everyone's clowning you, bro, calling you an idiot,
Yeah.
calling you this, that, and I'm like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, you'd applaud me if it went in, kind of thing. So, the fact he got his goal and passed up an opportunity to more or less have a brace with the whole penalty thing and giving it up to Jude, whether that's Ancelotti's
Yeah.
decision that they kind of talked about beforehand or whoever. Um, yeah, bro. As long as he's getting his confidence in, because yeah, I feel like he'll figure it out in a matter of time. But you know, I think the season's still kind of. I've seen people comparing his first season to like what Ronaldo's first season was with Real Madrid, and I feel that's kind of an unfair comparison, bro, because they're so totally different players at the time. Like Ronaldo was a Ballon d'Or winner, Champions League winner. When he came, like yeah, Mbappe is a World Cup winner, damn near two-time World Cup winner, but you can't do that, bro. You
And
can't.
and I'm interested to see the goals because I feel like Bam, Mbappe has 10 goals already. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I feel like, bro, the season just started. I don't know. I feel like people kind of like, I get it. They want to see like a show. He's not having the. It's not like Haaland or Lewandowski types of seasons, but at the same, it's not like Kane. You know, like those guys, they score a lot. Like they're number nines. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I like when Jude plays 10. I think that's what's been working because he's good at supplying and he's more of a poacher than Mbappe is. Jude will find the little, the rebounds. He's gonna get those.
Yeah.
Mbappe doesn't really have those like intuitions yet. You know, he kind of stays out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're figuring it out, man.
I think a big part of it too is the hype, bro. Like it was
Sure.
years, bro, years that people were like, I think there was freaking what 2 announcements, I think. That oh yeah, done deal. Real Madrid got Mbappe, he's going that or whatever, whatever, and then it would fall through
Yeah.
last minute, and he's back for another season at PSG. So I feel like it's the hype that built up. So now people were so like
Oh
expecting
yeah, that's
him
true.
like to just hit the ground running and like finally like you know what I mean, put that behind us, now we can go hoop kind of thing. And I seen someone else saying it on I think it was on Twitter. I don't remember who said it now, but he said he felt like Mbappe kind of came in almost like a fan. Like he sounded like a fan when he came to Real Madrid. Like he was kind of saying how, it's not like what he was saying was wrong per se, but he's saying things like I'm so happy to be surrounded by so many
Yeah.
great players, great coach, great team, da da da, whatever, whatever. And everyone's kind of like, brother, you're supposed to be the great player. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be the main guy, not just one of the guys on the team. So people were saying he kind of almost came in with the mentality
Mm.
of like a squad player, but in reality,
I,
brother, like you're supposed to be the man. You know?
I feel you, but like I think he did that on purpose because at PSG he was seen as a dictator. And
Yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't want like a lot of people were like, yo, he's gonna go there and mess up the chemistry. I feel like for him it was important for him to look like he's a part of the team and he's not trying to be above it. Because fam, think about it. Part of the reason why he stayed at PSG, the president of France,
yeah.
the president
They were willing to give
he
that boy the
tried to
club,
come
bro.
and
Like,
see. Man, the president came and saw it and, talked him out of it. Like, come on, this levels, man. That's a different level. So, to a guy like that, with a guy like that, you don't want him coming in with a big head because the world already expects him to have a big head.
yeah,
And that's the narrative they were painting on him, you know? So, I feel like when you're Mbappe, sometimes you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't because this is what happens. You know, we're going to dissect everything you do, and you're a
yeah.
superstar. That's what happens.
Yeah, I fully agree. That's a good point. I never thought about that, but that's a good point. Cause yeah, fam, that was the main knock. Everyone was saying he's gonna ruin the
Yeah,
chemistry and this, that, and
fam.
the third.
What?
And to his
Big
point,
headed.
yeah, like to his point, I haven't seen nothing about that. Like, there's been people have been like, whatever. But I think people try to make something of it. Obviously, like people embellish a lot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you saw the clip. There's a clip of him like in the tunnel, or whatever, and it looked like
Yeah,
Jude
with
kind of,
Bellingham.
yeah, it looked like Jude kind of just kind
I
of
think
like,
Bellingham, yo, I think Bellingham is kind of like that.
no,
Because
he
remember,
fully
there
is.
was one time where he got mad.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
remember what happened, but Mbappe should have passed him the ball.
yeah.
He got super mad.
No,
I
yeah.
was like,
Jude has a
yo,
temper. He has a temper. I can't lie
yeah,
to you.
bro.
He's definitely that kind of guy. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like to Mbappe's credit, you haven't really seen anything chemistry wise, bro. Like it's not like there's been any dust ups that we've heard. You know what I mean? For all we know, there could be a whole bunch of shit going on behind the scenes, and they're keeping under
That's
wraps,
true.
whatever, whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, we haven't seen nothing about that. The only complaint is that like the whole positioning thing, which people knew from before, is
Yeah.
and they both like him and Vinny like playing on the left, who's gonna play in the middle and whatever, all this kind of stuff. But to your point, they're kind of figuring it out as they go along, and like it's a
Yeah.
young team. It's kind of it's easy to say, yeah, you should just be able to pick up where you left off at from last season,
Yeah.
considering how successful you were last season. But like, if you're adding a
It's
player
not
with
that simple.
that magnitude, bro,
Yeah.
and then you combine that with losing someone like Tony Cruz, and it's like, fam, it's a different, for all intents and purposes, it's a different team. Like Modric kind of has
Yeah.
a lessened role, obviously, just because of age and everything like that, and letting younger guys kind of get their run in and everything. But yeah, I figured out. I think the good thing is so far, anyways, it's kind of hard to tell because it's not the Premier League. I feel like everything in the Premier League is way under a microscope and like way over criticized and everything like that. But like, they're not calling for Ancelotti's job. You know what I mean? Like, they're not saying,
Yeah.
yeah, he's under pressure, this and that, third. Like, I feel like Perez, who's probably, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you, the greatest president. a club has ever had. With the way he's built
100%.
this team and everything like that, bro. Um,
Yeah.
I feel like they do a good job of understanding like the importance of like patience. You know what I mean? Being patient with your team, being patient with the project, and whatever. So, yeah, I'll figure it out. But speaking of patience, you know what I mean? Man United 4-0 win
Come on.
against Everton. Amad
Finally, nah,
Diallo,
that deserves time.
bro.
Come on. He
I
needs
was
some.
watching the game. This is what I'm saying. I was watching the game, and I was like, I wasn't nervous because, like I said before, like process. You know what I mean? Process of seeing how everything goes and whatever. And in all fairness, like even Amram himself said it after the game, like the scoreline was like a little bit flattering. Like 4-0 was a little thing because 2 or 3 of the goals you could literally chalk up to Everton just making mistakes. You know what I mean? That being said, there's still something to be said to sniff out the mistakes and then capitalize on them, of course.
Verdant,
Everything like
yeah.
that. Like Ahmed Diallo balled, Mazraoui was hooping, Xerxes, Rashford. My God, Marcus Rashford. I already said before, you guys know, like I'm a Rashford fan till the wheels fall off, bro. I don't understand the side of the club that don't like the side of the fans that don't like. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like people really need to get on board with it because if you look at what a Man United winger is like, a Man United player should be anyways. Fam, academy guy wants to be here, British. You know what I mean? He's a great guy off the pitch. Like you know everything. Like you know what he's done for people off the pitch and everything like that. He's not caught up in no BS like off the pitch and doing whatever. Fam, like I don't know where the respect has gone for him, but I'm happy he's looking good under Amarim, and I'm happy that the team's looking good in general. Diallo's been 10 out of 10 since Amarim's come in. I was a little surprised. I think I said it before. I was a little surprised that they were playing him in that kind of wing back, right mid role, but dude, the guy is a motor. I wasn't expecting him to have a motor like that to where it's just up and down for the 90 minutes and still being tuned in and effective and everything like that. Especially as like when we play, we kind of almost play more down the right hand side than the left. Particularly, I think because of that ability for him to be able to go forward. Whereas like Dallow's cool, but you're not giving him the ball there on the island to go and skin somebody. You know what I mean? Like that's more Diallo's game.
Yeah.
Understandably so. That's just how it goes. But yeah, man, I'm happy with what I'm seeing from United, bro. It gives fans a good reason to get behind because I feel like the biggest thing with like these kind of rebuild stuff, bro, is identity. And Amarim's done a good job, kind of so far, 3 games in, instilling an identity so far that people can pinpoint and say, like, okay, this is what I can expect to see from Man United every single game, regardless of the result. And this and that. Like, we're gonna go play Arsenal tomorrow. We might get thrashed. But I know I can expect to see a team that wants to keep the ball, that prioritizes possession. Like, bro, under Ten Hag, I'm not even joking. I can't think of one time we strung together 10 passes in a row. I can't think of one because they didn't. It was like a damn track meet. It was just losing the ball. There was no priority. At least now, you can see they emphasize prioritizing keeping the ball, possession. And it's like, it's not as smooth as people would like, obviously. Sometimes it just looks like empty possession because you're just swinging around the back the whole time, which is boring to watch at times. But as a United fan that saw that before and you're seeing it now, it's like, okay, damn, at least I know we're trying to do X, Y, and Z. Whether or not that comes off and that works is a whole different thing. But, yeah, man. Back to the Rashford part is just... Like, you know what it is, actually? Because I've seen people talking about social media. Like, we all know Bukayo Saka and da-da-da, whatever. I feel like Arsenal fans, bro, they're heavy with the support on Bukayo Saka, bro. We've been hearing Bukayo Saka's the best right winger in the world for years, bro. For years we've been hearing that. This season, obviously, he's playing well. But it's like...
Yeah.
It's the same thing, like... He's your academy guy. He was there with you in the trenches. He helped bring you guys up, whatever. He's a good kid. And Arsenal fans love him. They put him on this pedestal. I'm honestly a little bit too high at times where it hurts the kids.
Really?
Stop. Because it's like, bro, like I feel like half the reason why Saka sometimes gets hate is because it's like you don't go and compare him to Mo Salah just yet. You know what I mean? Like it's premature. Mo Salah's one of the greatest wingers the Prem has seen. in a very long time, if not like ever, just in that class. And you're telling me about Bukayo Saka and this and the third. I seen someone on Twitter. They were talking about all-time Premier League 11s. Why was Bukayo Saka's name mentioned? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they put his name too high on the pedestal at times. But like, as a United
He's a
fan,
guy, though, Sky. He's a
no,
guy,
he's
pal.
nice. But it's like, as a United fan, I don't know why we're not doing the same thing for Rashford. I get it, he's older than him, but
Oh
it's
my
the same
god.
thing. I'm not saying he's as good as Saka is, but for half the fan base to hate the guy is crazy, bro. It's nuts. It's disgusting. I don't understand the
So,
thing. You got like
so who's the best right wing right now in the world to you?
maybe Mo Salah right now.
Okay.
Could be Mo Salah, I think. Saka's up there this season for sure. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying he's buns or anything like that, but he's definitely up there this season.
So is Jamal in there? He's on
Oh
the
yeah,
right, right?
of course. I just
And then
have
Jamal.
that microscope on Premier League now. Like, that's just the thing. You know what I mean? But
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
obviously
okay.
Yamal's always gonna be in there. Um, in the long run, it'll probably be him. Like, I have him as a better player than Bukayo Saka. We saw what he did in the Euros and everything like that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and there's just that I don't know what you consider. It's not a Premier League tax, but you're more likely to be highly rated if you play in the Prem because everyone sees the Premier League. You know what I mean? Not everyone sees the Bundesliga
Yeah.
and La Liga, whatever the
Yeah.
heck it
And
is. You know what I
the
mean?
Liga. Yeah.
So that's a whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. Any United fans listening, bro, stop hating on the man. Like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why we can't just have a nice unified fan base that can get behind things. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see what happens with Kobe Mainu because I feel like Kobe Mainu's kind of at the
Oh, I
in
like
the
him.
what's the word, like the honeymoon phase sort
Mainu.
of with fans, like because he's still
He's a new
young.
toy.
Yeah, he's the new
Yeah, he's
toy
a
on the
new
block,
shiny
so
toy.
everyone's still like, oh my god, can't believe he's ours, da da da, whatever. But it'll come. Watch, he's gonna have a stretch of bad games at some point. I don't want it to happen, but every player has a stretch of bad games. Let's
Yeah.
see how fans react in this and the third. Because you see Garnacho, people are already calling for Garnacho to be out of the club because decision making and this and the third. That guy, I don't know how often you watch United games, but Garnacho is one of the funniest players I've ever seen play in my life. Because we all know he idolizes Ronaldo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's like the way he plays, you can tell. You can tell Ronaldo was his guy because the stuff he tries to do is very Ronaldo-esque when he was younger. But it's like, brother, that's
Trying to
not.
do it is funny, bro. He
It's like, brother,
tries to
it's
do it.
not you though. You know what I mean? That's not
Yeah.
your game. Like, you can't do the same. You can try to do the same things Ronaldo did, and every now and then it'll come off. You know that bicycle kick he hit like last year against Everton or something like that, or he'll have a nice little moment. But fair, the thing that kills it for me is he's slow. Man, he's slow.
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
it's so unfair to write someone off because of their speed. Because really, there's not that much you can do, bro. Like, you only get so fast for certain people. But
Yeah,
he
bro.
is slow. And the way he plays, fam, is like at some point in his youth, in some point growing up, he was the fastest player on the pitch, and that stuff was working. Nowadays,
Really?
though, bro, the man can't. He's got one gear, and he can't get out of first gear. It's not. He doesn't have no pull away speed. He has good speed, but I think it was against Ipswich. I think in Amram's first game, there was 2 or 3 times. I don't know what Ipswich were doing on their corners, but they had everyone pressed so high up. Everyone was so committed. So it was like 2 or 3 times where the ball came out to Garnacho like in our own half, but he was through. The guy was getting hawked down every single time, bro. The guy's. But yeah, anyways, that's a whole different story. He's just not fast enough. Not that guy. But switching gears over to the other side of Manchester, bro. City have lost. I think it's six straight Premier League games, bro. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Hold on. Their last few results in the Premier League, anyways. They just lost 2-0 to Liverpool, which is big. They lost 4-0 to Tottenham, so they got spanked twice. They lost 2-1 to City. I mean to Brighton. They lost 2-1 to Bournemouth. And
Yeah.
then the other games around that, right before, they had lost to Tottenham 2-1 in the Carabao Cup, lost to Sporting 4-1, and then they just tied Feyenoord 3-3. So they've haven't won a game since October 26th. That's crazy. Manchester City, the team that won what 4 Premier League titles in a row. You haven't won a game since October 26th. Ladies and gentlemen, it is December 3rd right now. And they
Okay, but we know. Come on, Sky. This is like the Cruise effect to some degree. Like, once Rodri,
what
yeah,
man?
that's like a team missing the MVP. There's gonna be some type
But
of
he's
impact.
not their MVP. Their MVPs are playing. Foden
I
won
feel you,
Player of the
but
Year last year, and he's playing. He's just not
Oven,
playing good. You know what I mean?
hmm,
Holland was there. He's still playing. He's just not playing good. Like, yeah, they have their injuries and everything like that. But it's and I think I talked about a little TikTok I made, whatever. Real Madrid have injuries too, bro, but you guys are still competent. You know what I mean? You're 1 point
hmm,
behind Barcelona or whatever with like a game in hand.
yeah.
They have their injuries and they're, I think, 11 points now. I think that's what it is. I think the gap is 11 at the top of
Who's
the
first,
table.
Chelsea?
Liverpool's in first by like 11 points or
Oh, Liverpool.
something like that. 9
Oh
points,
shoot.
sorry. They have 34 points. Arsenal's in second. They have 25. Oh, Chelsea's also in second with 25. City
Okay.
have 23. So it's like you're not anywhere
Yeah.
close to Liverpool or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like their title hopes are probably done, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a wash for them. Like this season is just one of those ones they kind of
Yeah.
pack it in and just coast or whatever. Because this is now more or less the time where you need to really start
Gotta
picking
figure
it
it out.
up and
Yeah.
whatever. I'm not seeing how that's gonna work, and some people are saying how like, oh, go to the transfer window and because City, bro, they can go and splash however much money they want really in the transfer window and see what they can do with it. But it's like it's a month away. You know what I mean? If you win 1 game this next month, 2 games this next month, is anything you do
What
gonna
is that?
matter after
Yeah.
that? You know what I mean? Like it's done for you. But I don't know.
Yeah.
People have been. I feel like the writing's been on the wall a little bit. Team's getting old. You know what I mean? Kyle Walker's getting up there in age. John Stone's getting up there in
Oh, okay.
age. Who else you got? Like Gundogan's back there getting up there in age. Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they do have some younger guys that I guess they try to integrate into the team. Like Doku, Foden obviously has been there for time. Holland's still right.
Foden.
Rico Lewis, all these guys, but it's like none of them have that fear factor in them. I feel like Man City lost the fear factor. Basically, I feel like teams nowadays, if you're a competitive team, like a mid-table team or whatever, and you're playing City, I feel like teams now are gonna go at them. You know what I mean? Whereas before, I feel like it was kind of very like, shoot, play for the draw. You know what I mean? Like, park the bus, play for the draw, see what we can do. I don't think teams are doing that no more. I feel like teams now are just like, yeah, they're vulnerable. We're gonna go at them now and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Like if you look, even if you took it out the Premier League and you just looked at the elite clubs in the world, I'm not saying City's better than any of them. City's not. I wouldn't say City's better than you guys right now. I wouldn't say they're better than Barcelona. They're definitely not better than Liverpool because we just saw that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know Bayern. I don't know what Bayern's really doing nowadays, but that's
It's hard.
you know what I mean.
They're doing good in the Bundesliga. So.
Actually, that was something I was going to talk about. They just got bounced. Bayern just got bounced in their little
Really?
domestic cup by
Oh, I didn't know that.
Leverkusen 1-0 today. Happened today.
Oh shoot.
So that's already one trophy that they're not gonna win, bro. Can you imagine if they go another year and Kane doesn't have a trophy, bro? You went to Bayern to
Nah,
win trophies.
well, I think they'll win the Bundesliga this year.
You think so?
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm
Because
pretty 75-80% sure.
I'm trying to see where they're at in the thing. I don't watch every Bundesliga game. Yeah, like okay, they're in first right now. 4 points.
Yeah,
4
up
points
with
clear.
them. 4 points isn't that much, but it's the Bundesliga, fam. Who else is gonna come get it? Uh,
Leverkusen just went invincible last year, so
oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
they
Which
got
we
they
might
got
get.
some comp.
We might get the coach. I have
Who?
a Tabby Alonso, man. Come
Who you
home.
got? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come home.
Who knows? I don't think
Come
not
home.
yet though. I don't think. I don't
And
think it's
yeah,
happening yet. Nah.
after the season, fam.
You think they're
Once
gonna
we
let
get
go of
Trent,
Ancelotti? I think they're gonna right the ship first, and
unless
then they'll bring him in.
it depends on how what Ancelotti wants and how we do. But the writing's kind of on the wall. Like you're right in the sense where like we can be patient, but I feel like people also kind of want a system.
Yeah,
But Ancelotti kind of lets the player kind of figure it out, which is nice. But fam, we have so many great quality players. Let's actually like build a team that could dominate. You know,
yeah,
I think Xabi Alonso did it with less.
yeah.
Now you bring in Trent. Now you bring in what's my boy's name?
True.
Davies. Fam, it's the
Oh,
perfect time. Let's just rehaul.
yeah.
Let's build the greatest team
you
of all
see,
time,
you see
fam.
how you guys talk. This
Let's
is why
build
I
a
can't sympathize
monster.
with you guys, bro.
Yes,
This is why I can't sympathize with you
monsters.
guys.
We're supposed to dominate Europe, fam. We're supposed to be come on, we're the MG of Europe. You're supposed to have fear when you come into the Bernabeu, fam. Come on, fam.
You actually brought up a good point. Let me ask you this, because we know Madrid don't have a system for at least a easily identifiable system. It kind of just
Nah,
looks like I've said it in the past. It just looks like chaos, bro. It looks like organized chaos
it's
sometimes.
vibes.
Yeah, like it's just pure vibes when they're playing. Like it just looks like a kickabout with some of the world's best players. You know what I mean? And they're just out there, whatever.
Thanks.
Do you think Ancelotti trying to instill a system could hurt them a little bit? Because you have to keep in mind they're young players, bro. They're all still. None of them right now are a finished product. Like in terms of what they're gonna look like in their prime, they're still growing their game and whatever, whatever. And I feel like that's part of the reason why Ancelotti might not be so firm with putting them in a system properly. You know what I mean? I feel like he's still because you kind of have to walk a tightrope a little bit of yeah, you want them to steer clear of X, Y, and Z and kind of keep to this road, but you don't want to restrict them either. You know what I mean? You want to still give them the freedom to be themselves and whatever, whatever. But what do you think about that? Do you feel like he could hurt them putting the system in, or do you think nah, screw it, you guys need a system and or you need a more defined system anyways? What do you think?
Hmm. I feel like the most important thing and that would be for them to buy into it. I think if you could get them because you have to once you're at the bottom of the bottom fam, you might as well try something first of all. If we're there. I feel like now they kind of figured it out a little with Jude playing the 10 because now they're kind of playing through balls, you know, and they kind of keep possession. They're trying to find combinations. But what I'm saying like with the system is more so like if I get my players to understand that this isn't about individual play anymore. This is about the team and trying to create history, you know? If the
Mm,
players buy into that and they feel like yeah, I don't have as much freedom, but these roles are defined and we're winning, you know, winning has to be the top priority, fam. If
yeah,
everybody could buy into that, no matter what it takes, they'll at least try. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But what could be worse, you know?
yeah,
Can only, and see what happens.
yeah. And the thing is too, it'll get easier with time also, because like I
Yeah.
said, like none of them are finished products right now, but you see the trajectory. You know what I mean? You see what everyone can become more or less. I feel like the good thing is no one necessarily like no one individually anyways looks bad
Yeah,
per se. You know what I mean? Like I feel, you can see a world where everyone like all the young pieces you have right now are still there when you guys are back at the top because none of
yeah,
them look that bad. The only guy I would say that about, or maybe two guys. One of them is Militao, and that's not even fair. It's just because of the injuries. I think when Militao is healthy, I
yeah.
don't have no problems with him. I feel like he looks fine. I don't think anyone has issues when he's playing. But it's just injuries part. And the other one is Chouameni.
Lucas Vasquez.
No, nah,
Oh,
fam, that
him,
guy's
yeah, him
old,
too.
bro. That guy is
Lucas
whatever.
Vasquez.
He's just here as a leader. But Chouameni, bro, that guy, I don't know. He makes some questionable decisions sometimes, bro.
Really?
Very questionable. Like, bro, you're a holding mid. Hold.
No.
Stop going up like that. You know, and you know why? I know why he does it too. Because he's boys with Camavinga. Camavinga does the same BS. That guy, that's why they don't play him no more as a holding mid because he likes to venture too much. He likes to go and explore, go
No,
roam.
but he's goaded, fam. Those guys are French, so I'm biased, you know, but I
No,
feel
yeah,
you.
yeah. I like both of them. Don't get me wrong. I feel like on the national team, that's the duo they need to have in the midfield with Griezmann and da 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 whatever. But for Real Madrid, and it's see, it's The reason Chouameni's like that is partially because of Camavinga, I think, because they both like Camavinga likes to go explore that or whatever, whatever. But the reason why I think both of them do that nonsense is Valverde, bro. I say it every week. It's because of Valverde. Valverde makes everyone feel probably so comfortable knowing like, ah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, facts.
I can go take off because you know
Because
what,
yeah,
Fede's gonna be somewhere over there to protect me in some
clean it
way,
up.
some you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, go clean it up for me. But those are the only two guys I would think about. Like, okay, maybe you could find something, but especially if you wanted to get back to that kind of cruise role. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
who there would be for you to get. Do you know what I mean? Like for you to for someone to be the engine of your team like that, the metronome of your team, so to speak, the tempo setter.
Fam,
Like I don't.
I think you already have the answer, fam.
Hmm.
Freddie. Just play Valverde as fam. Me, I think he could do it, fam. If we have all other the pieces, so he doesn't have to do, and that's just his job, fam. He
Yeah,
could do it, fam.
my thing, like I agree with you, but my thing is like, at what point does that take away from his game though? This is why I was asking you that thing with Ancelotti setting a system because it's like, yeah, you probably could tell because you know he idolizes Cruz too, so I took the number 8 and everything like that, whatever, whatever. So you could probably tell him to play in this way, but then how much is that? Because part of the reason Fede is so good is because he's an insane athlete. He's probably the best athlete on the team, the stamina and everything like that. If you tell him to sit like how Cruz sits, then you're taking away half of his game or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? So if push comes to shove, that could be your thing. I heard some people talk about Zubimendi a lot. I think he's on Sociedad, but
Oh,
but like I don't. He doesn't move the needle for me the same way. He's kind of like a second Rodri sort of. You know what I mean? And it's like
okay, okay.
it's cool, but he's not spraying balls all over the place like Cruz did and spreading the defense and whatever, whatever. So I don't know, bro. They're gonna have to figure some things out. I still think you're in a good spot, obviously. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
and yeah, I feel like all the players you have for the most part can be there for the long run and just let them grow, let them think. If anything, like we said this before, if anything, you guys have too many, bro. Like Hendricks, I don't know how he's doing. He might. I don't think Hendricks an idiot. Like I feel like he understands. All right,
Yeah,
we
he
do
knows
have.
why.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be the
Like
guy.
Mbappe. Come
I
on,
feel
yeah.
like the guy that might be getting a little bit frustrated, rightfully so,
Cooler.
maybe. Yeah, Guler. I feel like he might be a little bit. What the heck is going
I think he
on?
start. Yeah, I think he started the last like. Well, I mean, we don't really have that
That's
much
what I'm
to
saying.
who to favor.
That's what I'm
But
saying. Like he's playing more, but it's like, fam, he's playing more out of you don't have anything else, and it's like for him, it's like if this is the only way I'm playing games, it's like, bro, what are we really doing? You know what I mean? Let me go out on loan then, or something. Let me go play, and then
damn.
hope you don't have another like Odegaard situation where it's like
Yeah,
never
fam.
broke
That
through,
guy
and then
turned out to be pretty good too, though.
that's what I'm
In
saying.
Arsenal,
That's what I'm saying. But think about that. He could have been on your team. He could have been the
okay.
main guy of Real Madrid right now, but he didn't want to
I
wait.
mean, we have Jude, we have
No, yeah,
Vinny,
it's
we
not
have.
like
I
you're
think
regretting
we.
it. It's not like you're
Yeah.
regretting it.
Listen,
Yeah,
we'll see you around, bro. We
yeah,
see you
yeah.
around.
No, yeah, it's not like you're regretting letting him move on or anything like that. But the thought of it, that like, oh shoot,
Yeah, for sure.
he could have been here still,
Right. Yeah.
and whatever. Maybe that stings a little bit, but I don't know. But Real Madrid still like that, so they'll figure it out. I said we'll figure it out. That's crazy. My bad.
Come
Oh,
on,
me,
man.
bro.
Hey, come home,
Yeah,
brother.
bro. My
Come home.
dad keeps trying to persuade me every single, and I'm not gonna
Come
lie to you.
on, fam.
As a fan,
Hey,
earlier this season, we still had Tenac. I wanted to go out
hey,
on loan, bro. I needed to. I was about to
hey.
go out on loan to Real Madrid, but I had to settle it down, dig
Trust
in,
me,
and now
fam.
we're in better places.
Whenever you're ready, bro. We'll be here. We'll welcome you with open
That's
arms.
funny. Yeah,
There's
nah.
always space for more.
Yeah, nah. But yeah, man. That's the. You got anything else you need to get off your chest, brother? Anything?
uh, the most albums sold this year by rapper,
Ah,
Busy Drake. Oh.
Busy Drake.
Most streamed rapper every month of this year,
Yo, I just
Busy
seen this
Drake.
thing. We don't have to get into a whole debate about. Not even a debate, but
They
I
told
just
me it
seen
was a
this
bad
thing.
year.
The Kendrick released his
These
tour
people,
dates or
man.
whatever. Did you see that?
Yeah, with SZA, June 12th.
When he's coming to Toronto,
June
man,
12th.
at the Rogers Center too, I believe, is where it is.
That's gonna security.
Bro, I'm
That's all
surprised.
I'll
Like
say.
that's such
Security.
a you think he's gonna? I probably.
Security.
You think that's gonna be sold out?
It's Kendrick still, you know. So
Cause bro, I
I
mean, think
wouldn't be
about it
shocked
now.
if
Like
something happened, but I don't know if I want Drake to do a show in LA first, but I know it's
that's what
probably
I
not
mean. Like
gonna
I feel like
happen.
you have to at a certain point. Cause I and this is me flipping the whole script now. Because the whole time I've told you, I've maintained the notion that if you're Drake, fam, just let it die. You're bigger than Kendrick, let it die. But this, the man's gonna
You
come to
can't lie.
your turf and start.
Yeah, man.
You gotta do something, Drake. You know what I mean? Because right
But Skyler,
now,
you know, the problem with Toronto is we're not like LA, fam. We have a crabs in a barrel mentality. Like a lot of people just hate Drake just cause, fam. Those are the people that are gonna go to, you know. Like I feel like LA, fam. They're like, yo, West unified. Like we're
yeah,
all we did it. This like back in the days, West Side versus everybody.
yeah,
I feel like Canada, we're just nice guys. I mean, we put hands on Rick Ross, but like
yeah,
that's only some people. You know, I don't know if Kendrick's gonna have bare security.
yeah,
SZA's rolling with him. She doesn't even invite that type of energy, nigga. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
I feel like if I'm Drake, I block it somehow, bro. That's not happening in my
You
city,
gotta
fam. I
pull
would
like a
press a
little
button,
Dirk or
fam.
something like that, where you just buy
Fam,
out the
some,
whole. You buy out the first few
yeah,
rows of
fam.
the concert, something like
Oh,
that.
that,
You know what I mean?
fam, low key, but Drake petty, fam. He's gonna find something
That's
to
what I'm
do. I'm
saying.
gonna
Like,
be
yo,
honest.
I hope he does something
That'd
because
be sick.
now it's getting to a point
Yeah,
now where
man.
it's like, brother, I'm feeling a little disrespected
Disrespectful.
right now. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah,
feel like he's
fam.
spitting
As
on
we
me.
all should feel,
Yeah.
fam. No,
Hey, what's
fam.
going on, bro? But yeah, nah, man. That's my episode 7.
7.
Episode
Yes,
7, bro.
sir.
Being boy Skyler Gonzalez, joined by none other than the boy Pressure Made Manu.
Yeah.
Y'all tune in for episode 8 next week, bro. We'll be back next week. Go listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from. It's gonna be up there. But yeah, man, thank y'all for listening. Being boy Skyler Gonzalez, Pressure Made Manu. Be back next week. Y'all be easy.